So I had like a devil and angel moment. All right, the devil was here like,
yeah, go ahead and do it, just do it. Okay, ride him into the sunset.
And the angel was over here like,
girl. This week he ain't even had $10 to go towards his food, and he didn't even have $45 to pay his phone bill. $45 is motherfucking cheap for a motherfucking phone bill. Do not do it.
To see their face expressions. I like to see the sweat pouring down their motherfucking forehead, their pupils dilating. I like to see them like,
I don't know who that is.
And seconds after me saying thank you, this wigger throws the laptop and like jumps on me and tries to kiss me.
Really do. Yeah. ABA. Yeah. I think she like that name. Matter of fact, I know she do. See green like the light done change. Texting all day and night. She play them typing games. See me, I don't do that shit.
What's good? Candy Cane Gang. Gang. It's your girl Kane. What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? How you doing? How you been? It's another story time. Before I get into the story time, let me introduce myself to all the new viewers and new subscribers. What's poppin'? What's crackin'? How you doing? How you been? I am an animated storyteller. I animate my story times. I add voiceovers and I add little pictures on the sides so you can keep up with the story. You can feel like you there and you can understand what's going on. If that is not something you like, you can find you another storyteller that does not animate their story times. No, I do not use the same editing software as other storytellers because I was asked this in the comments. I started editing my story times 2023 when I first started this channel. So I'm not saying I'm the first person to animate, but that's when I started animating my stories. Secondly, let's give a round of applause to my most streamed videos. These are also the most stolen story times. Yes, I have discovered somebody stealing my stories and trying to make them their own. I'm glad you're flattered with my life, but please be original. So let's go ahead and hop into the story time. None of the names used in this story time belong to any of these people. Their names are being changed to protect their privacy. Their names are being changed to protect the privacy of the trifling and not the innocent. This story time takes place in Brooklyn, New York, y'all, and this is during the Richard era. This was one of the times that I had broke up with Richard. I think I told y'all that me and Richard broke up maybe like 4 to 5, maybe 6 times. And this is one of the times, okay? I think maybe I was like 22 or 23 years old around this time. I broke up with Richard because I caught Richard cheating again. He was messing with some girl at the McDonald's up on Utica and Eastern Parkway. I discovered it and I broke up with him, okay? I think me and Richard was like broke up for a year. That's how long this breakup lasted. And I think I told y'all, like, in the midst of me breaking up with him, I always wanted to just be alone so I can just mingle and do me and vibe, okay? If I happen to meet a guy, we would talk on the phone, we would go out and hang out. So during this breakup, there was like this, I'm gonna call them a music group. I don't want to say too much about the music group because then that like reveals the other members of the group, and they don't have anything to do with this story time. So there was like a music group, and they were pretty well known, you know, kind of famous. They didn't really go as far with their career. I used to see them on 106 in Park a lot and different things of that nature, okay? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. One day, I added them to my MySpace page. MySpace was still kind of jumping, but it was dying down because Facebook was coming into play. I'm adding them up there. I'm following them on Twitter. MySpace was still kind of jumping, but it was dying down because Facebook was coming into play. So I'm adding them up there. I'm following them on Twitter. I like what they were doing, okay? One of the guys from the group, y'all, he discovered that I knew how to sew and design clothes. He used that as a way to get around me. He hits me up inside of my messages, and I believe this was on MySpace. And he's like, I seen you on Twitter. I seen when you had designed something for your friend. So side note, I had designed something for one of my friends, y'all. And the outfit kind of went viral. The outfit went viral, and it went viral off Messed Dressed. If anybody is familiar with that site, there's a website called Messed Dress USA. I want to post it, but I don't want her to get mad, okay? Because she was like really pissed the fuck off for a very long time behind this messed dress situation. But yeah, he had seen that. So me and my friend, we beefing with the messed dress people or whatever on Twitter, kind of going viral behind it. So he hits me up and he's like, hey, you know, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? So I was kind of shocked because I'm like, oh, okay, this is one of the dudes from this group. So he's like, yeah, my name, let's just call him Cole. He's like, my name is Cole. So I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. He's like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, you know, I seen that bullshit all over Twitter. Keep grinding, doing what you doing. So I'm like, you know, I'm not really bothered by what Mess Dress is saying about this dress, y'all. I'm with my friend. I'm riding with my friend. You know, like, don't be talking shit about my friend. The next day, he hits me up and he's asking, do I know how to do like custom clothes, like rework? And I'm like, yeah, I know how to do that. That's easy. So he's like, well, I have some ideas, you know, and I'm glad I kind of got in contact with you. I just wanted to see if, you know, we could link up and we can get some things made. You know, I want to get something made by you. So I'm like, yeah, that, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Custom clothing, that's what I do. So he's like, all right, so how about this weekend? So I'm like, yeah, Saturday or Sunday. And not too much of Sunday because I have to get ready for Monday. Work and school, this, that, and the third. So he's like, all right, so Saturday. So y'all, Saturday gets here. I don't know if I want to meet up with Cole. He's in this group, this music group. That still doesn't take away that he could be a serial unaliver. He could be, you know, a rapist. That's not taken away from that. I go in the group chat to my girls, Tika, Tangi, and Maribel, and I'm telling them what's going on. So Tika was like, oh, you should go because he's lit. The group is lit. Everybody knows them. They've been on TV. So I'm just like, besides that, like I just said, he could be a predator. And I'm just trying to watch my back. So Maribel was like, yeah, I agree. So Maribel throws out the idea, see if y'all can meet in a public place. He could, you know, if y'all just doing sketches and stuff like that, you can meet at a public place. Because he wanted me to meet him by his house. And he lived in East New York, y'all. So I sends him a message. Right after Maribel said that, I sends him another message. Would you like to meet up at like the library? He's like, the library? He puts question marks. So I'm like, yeah, like, you know, we just doing sketches or whatever. Or we just discussing fabrics and different things like that. We can meet at the library. Or like a local park. So he puts laugh out loud. All right, well, we can go to a library. What library do you prefer? Like, where do you live at? So I'm like, I live in Brownsville. It's a library right on the outside of the projects. Or we can go to like the main library down Eastern Parkway. He's like, well, I don't really deal with Brownsville like that. You know, Brownsville's kind of dangerous. And then that library in Eastern Parkway is kind of far. So I guess we could just meet outside somewhere at a park. So I'm like, all right, that'll work. He tells me to take the 3 train to New Lots. And when I get to New Lots train station, when I get there, to send him a text and he'll tell me which way to walk to get to whatever park we was going to. So I'm like, all right. I'm telling my friends and they're like, keep them updated. Drop a ping when I get there. And that's what I did. So when I get to New Lots train station, I sends Cole a text like, hey, I'm here at the New Lots train station. What do I do now? So he's like, just come downstairs. I'm already downstairs. Like, I'm in the corner store right across from the train station. So I'm like, all right. So I comes down the stairs, y'all, and I'm looking for him. He's not hard to spot because he is not dressed how everybody else is dressed, okay? So when I come down, I look straight into the store and I see him. So I'm just like, okay, he's like much shorter than I expected. Much shorter. And y'all know I'm short. So he comes out of the store and he's got this big ass Kool-Aid smile. He's like, so I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like,
How you doing? How you doing, fresh?
at this time, I was fresh. So he's like,
how you doing, Miss Fresh? All right, I see you. It's crazy because you look exactly the same. Like, some women, they don't look the same as their pictures online.
so I'm like, you know, you look nice. Very 90s, you look nice. So he's like,
Yeah, this my style, you know, this is what we do.
he was very uppity, y'all, like giddy, okay? He was very hyperactive, okay? Just excited. And like I said, he had a big smile and he had very big teeth. His teeth, very nice but big teeth. And he had, I'm gonna just say he had a juicy mouth. And I don't mean that in a very nice way, okay? Like, you know how some people, they have a lot of saliva in their mouth and sometimes like their lips be wet. Like, I don't know, y'all, okay? So this is what I'm observing about him. So I'm like, all right, so where's the park? He's like,
Oh, you know, I figure we just take a walk and we just discuss it while we walking, and then I just walk you back to the train station.
so I'm like, where are we walking to?
Oh, we just gonna walk around the neighborhood. Like, you not familiar with East New York?
I'm like, yeah, I'm very familiar with East New York. Now, if y'all remember the story time that I did about the terrific scammer, I had stole his phone and text all these broads at the same time to come link up, and then they ended up jumping him. So yeah, he lived in the same area as this dude. So I was very familiar. So I'm like, yeah, I know the area. He's
It's like, all right, yeah, so let's just walk around. Let's chat.
So that's what we did, y'all. We walking down the block, and he's like,
Like, yeah, so you told me you from Brownsville. How old are you? You know, you got kids. What's your zodiac sign? What do you do for a living?
he's asking me all this. So I'm just like, why do you need this information if I'm going to be just a clothing designer for you? Like, I'm lost here. I'm just like, you know, do you need all this information just for me to, you know, design clothes for you? He's like,
Like, oh no, you know, I'm just getting to know you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, we might end up being close friends. We might end up being boyfriend and girlfriend. You never know.
and then he laughs. So I'm like, so I answered the questions that I wanted to answer. And then I would ask him the questions back. So he was a year older than me, and he lived with his uncle. He had no children. He had aspired to be a doctor at some point, but he was in this music group now, and he felt the music group was going to take off and take him somewhere. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's dope. You know, that's cool. So what do you have in mind for the designs, okay? I'm taking it back to why I originally met up with him. He's like,
So I was thinking, you know, like some, you know, the Hammer Time pants.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you know, something like that. Maybe in some African print with some denim pockets. So, like, I want it nice.
So I'm like, all right, that's dope. I like that. You know, that's a good style. He's asking about cut his sweatshirt in half and take the other half of another sweatshirt, sew it together, change the color of the sleeves like a color block. So I'm like, yeah, I can do that too. So I want to say our walk lasted for maybe like an hour. Okay? Nothing over an hour. So he's walking me back to the train station, and he's like,
So, yeah, the next time I want to link up again, I'm going to have all the stuff. I can show you everything I got. And then you can take it and do what you do. And just give me a price.
I said, all right, fine. That's not a problem. He wanted to give me a hug. I gave him a church hug, okay? Side church hug. And I go up the stairs and I go home. By the time I get home, I noticed I had a message from him. And he's like, send me your phone number. So I sends my phone number, okay? Because in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to be a seamstress for him, a clothing designer for him, most likely for the whole group, because I know once the group sees what I made, they probably gonna want something too. This is how I'm thinking, business minded, okay? So I sends him my phone number, and he instantly texts. He's like, so you made it home? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I think you're pretty. So I'm like, thank you. So when do you want to meet up again to give me the fabric and stuff? Like, I'm moving quickly away from that. So he's like, maybe next week, next Saturday, or next Friday if you free. You tell me your schedule, because you got more going on than me. So I'm like, no, you got more going on than me. So y'all, I think that Tuesday, like the following week, I sends him a message and I'm like, hey, I don't have class on Friday and I get off work early on Friday, and Saturday I'm completely free. He's like, all right, Friday, what time you get off work? So I'm like, I get off work at 2:30. He's like, all right, do you want to come straight here when you get off work? Or so I'm like, yeah, that'll work. If I'm just picking up fabrics, that'll work. So y'all, let's go ahead and fast forward to Friday. I get off work and I'm traveling by MTA, the train. So once I got close to the 3 train, the 3 line, I send Cole a message and I'm like, hey, I'm getting ready to head your way. Shouldn't be too long. So he's like, what does shouldn't be too long mean? Like, how long? LOL. So I'm like, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'm literally going to get on the 3 train. So he's like, all right, cool. I'll be outside waiting. So in my head, y'all, I'm just like, okay, this is going to be a quick transaction. He's probably going to meet me downstairs how he did before. He's going to have the bag of stuff. Tell me, I already know how he want everything. And then I'm just going back on the train. This is what I'm thinking. So when I get to New Lots, I comes out of this, the station. And I'm texting him, hey, I'm outside. He didn't respond. So I'm like, we go with this bullshit again. So I text again, hello, I'm outside. He responds and he's like, oh, I'm coming now. So I'm like, all right. So he turns this corner, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and he's like,
yo.
So I turn around, I'm like, hey, I'm looking at his hands. So I'm like, where's the bag? Like, so as soon as I come down the steps, y'all, that's the first thing I said to him. Where's the stuff at? He's like,
Oh, my slow ass. I left it in my spot.
right. So I'm just like, okay, well, do you want to go get it? And I can just wait here. He's like,
Nah, come on, let's just walk. I'm literally right there. I live right there.
so when we turn this corner and we walking, he did literally live right there. He was like maybe 5 houses down from the block of the train station. So if anybody's familiar with East New York, y'all know how these houses look. Okay, like 2-level, 2 floors, brown brick buildings, and they all connected. So he stayed in one of those. Okay. So we walks up to the building and I'm like, I could stay right here. You could just go in and grab the bag. He's like,
Nah, come upstairs because that's what I was doing. Like I was picking out which shirts and which shirts and things like that I wanted to put into the bag.
so I'm like, I could wait right here. Dress me.
I'm not gonna do nothing to you. Like I'm not gonna do nothing to you. I know how it is in this day of time. I know how New York City is. I just know. But you can come upstairs.
When we go upstairs, it's this man that's sitting on the couch. He's got 1 foot on the coffee table. He's got 1 on the floor. He's eating and he's looking at TV. So he instantly turns. He looks at the door. And Cole is like,
This is my home girl.
so the old man is like,
How you doing?
so I'm like, hello, how you doing? So I'm standing by the door and Cole is
He's like, come to the back.
So when I get to his room was very small, y'all, okay? He had a twin-size bed, and he had like a mid-sized dresser with a TV on the dresser, and he had like posters all over the wall. He did have clothes on the bed, okay? So I'm like, okay, he was actually looking through the clothes. That's what I'm thinking. So he pushes the clothes to the side, and he's like,
oh, you can sit right here.
Like at the end of the bed. So I sat down and he goes to the closet and he's pulling clothes out. So he goes in the closet, he's pulling things out. He's like,
I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this.
Okay, I'm like, yeah, that. So he's folding the stuff up, he's putting it in a bag. I'm like, all right, so I stands up. I probably would get started on this tomorrow because tomorrow's Saturday, I'm not doing anything. He's like,
oh, you ain't gotta leave right away. Matter of fact, I wanted to show you something. Let me show you something.
So he bends down, he picks his laptop up, and he jumps on the bed. Like, jumps on the bed, and his back is on the wall. He's like,
Come sit. I'm gonna show you something real quick, then you could go.
So I sits down, y'all, and I'm like, why don't you move up so I can see? He's like,
Move back. Come on, girl, step back. I'm scared.
so I move back on the bed, y'all, and he starts showing me like a music video, something that him and his group was working on. He's showing me photo shoots and all of that. He's like,
yeah, you the first one to see this, so this is exclusive.
So he looks up from the computer and he's looking at me like, with this big sloppy smile. He's like,
You smell really nice. And you got some pretty eyes. Like, you're really pretty.
I'm just like, thank you. Y'all, seconds after me saying thank you, this wigger throws the laptop and like jumps on me and tries to kiss me. So I'm pushing I'm pushing, and I just like cuffed him with this, like cuffed him.
Oh, I'm fucking bugging, right? I'm tripping. I shouldn't have did all that. I'm doing too much.
You think? So y'all, I get up. I'm like, you know what, I'm out. I'm not even doing this clothing shit for you neither, because you think you fucking slick. You try to use these motherfucking clothes to try to get me up here into your little bum ass room on your twin size bed. Trundle bed at that. You're not slick. Opens up this room door, y'all, and I'm going towards the front door. So the uncle is in the kitchen. The kitchen was like right next to his room. So I guess the uncle was listening. He may have heard, and he's just like, and he goes back over the pot of the food. So I opens up this front door and I'm leaving. And this motherfucker's coming behind me. He's running behind me. I can hear him running. So he's,
Miss Fresh, my bad. Like, I don't want you to think I'm some sort of rapist or I'm some weirdo. I don't want you to think none of that.
so I'm like, it's a little too late, buddy. It's a little too late. He just kept saying he didn't want me to put out a bad review about him, and his bandmates would think that something's off with him. So I'm just like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna stop contacting me. I'm not doing the clothes for you, and that's it.
Oh, man, I done fucked everything up.
Yeah, you did. So y'all, he's walking behind me, like not behind me, but like on the side of me. But if y'all get what I'm saying, okay, all the way back to the train station. So when I get to the train station, I'm walking up the stairs. He has the audacity to ask for a hug. I'm like, you're not getting shit from me, motherfucker. And I kept going up the stairs. So when I get on the train, y'all, I send a text in the group chat. I'm like, y'all, let me tell you about this motherfucker here, okay? And I'm telling them, they like, what? So I'm like, yeah. So y'all, when I get home, I got messages, a bunch of messages, text messages from Cole the creep. And I'm like responding to the messages. I'm just like, I don't appreciate it. I don't. Like, who the f did you think you was dealing with? At what point did I give off, I'm trying to lay down with you? Like, when? This is what we do? We just jump on people and throw ourselves on them? It's bad enough, like, this is something I went through when I lost my virginity. Same thing. So I'm just like, yeah. Days have went by, and now it's probably like 2 weeks after the incident. I'm still, interacting with the group band page, because, their photo shoots is fire, all kinds of stuff. So I'm hitting the like button, I'm leaving comments like everybody else. I get a message in my MySpace, and it's from another band member of this group. So I'm just like, either he sent his bandmate to send me a message because I had blocked him, y'all, or this is just like some sort of coincidence. I don't know how to look at it, okay? So I didn't respond to the message right away. I don't know what the message said. But one day, I just goes into the message. I opens the message up, and it's from one of his bandmates. And he's like, hey, thanks for adding me. My name is, let's just call him Tommy. I'm going to call him Tommy. So he's like, my name is Tommy. I'm a part of this group, this, that, and the third. I respond. I'm like, hey, Tommy, how you doing? Yeah, I know who you are. I think what your group is doing is really dope. I hope that becomes successful and take off. He's like, thank you. I really appreciate it. So what's your name? So I'm like, my name is Fresh. And he's like, oh, okay. I was looking at your pictures and stuff. You look very beautiful. So I'm like, thank you. So every day, Tommy would send messages. Good morning. Have a great day today. Have a prosperous day today. This was his MO. Every day he sent messages, right? Until one day, and y'all already know, every time it's one motherfucking day, it's some bullshit, right? He hops in my messages and he's like, we should go out one day. and just hang out and vibe. Let me show you what it's like in my world. So I'm just like, go out and do what? He's like, I don't know, we can go bowling, we can go to the movies, we can go out to eat. So I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds cool. So he's like, send me your number. So I send him my number, y'all. And he calls instantly. So I'm like, hello? He's like, hey, it's me, Tommy. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, yeah. So like I was saying, I took an interest in you. I don't know what it is, but I'm attracted to you and I want to get to know more about you. So y'all, before this conversation ended, I told Tommy about his bandmate. So I'm just like, yeah, before this goes anywhere, because I don't know where it's gonna go. I have met one of your bandmates recently. He's like, really, which one? So I'm like, Cole. So he's like, oh, Cole. I'm like, yeah. So he instantly says, well, I don't want you to think that Cole sent me your way or anything like that. I didn't even know. Like, I just randomly hit you up, because I accepted your friend request. I just wanted to let you know so you don't think that I'm some sort of hoe or something. I'm just, bandmate hopping. So he's like, nah, it's nothing like that. I get it. So I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Like, so y'all didn't do nothing or anything, right? I'm like, no. And I'm explaining to Tommy what took place with me and Cole. So Tommy is like, Cole can come on a little strong. A lot of females that he's dealt with, they have said that. So that's the reason why Cole is single. So I say to Tommy, well, why are you single? He's like, well, I just haven't met the right person yet. I'm searching for a wife. It's crazy to say that. I'm 25. But yeah, I'm looking for somebody that for long term. So I'm like, all right, gotcha. So y'all, me and Tommy continued to talk on the phone until we actually came up with a date. Go out to eat and we were going to go bowling. It was a Saturday. We picked a Saturday to go. So when this Saturday approaches, y'all, Tommy sends a message and he's like, I'm excited to go out, go bowling, to go to the restaurant. Like, I'm excited. So I'm like, all right, me too. So he's asking me about a bowling alley. Like, do I know a good bowling alley? I'm like, no, I don't. I go to the group chat, y'all, and I'm telling them, and Maribel and Tangie was like, it's a bowling alley in Queens. So I'm like, okay, send me the address. So she sends me the address. I copy and paste, and I send it to Tommy. So Tommy was like, oh, it's in Queens. I'm like, yeah. So he's like, well, I don't drive. I'm like, neither do I. I'm taking the Iron Horse, which is MTA, the train. So he's like, all right, well, I guess we could just meet up at the train station and we could figure it out from there. So I want to say it's like 6 o'clock maybe. It was early in the day still. And I met Tommy at Atlantic train station, the A and the C. So when I get downstairs, Tommy is downstairs waiting. He wasn't hard to find either because, like I said, they dress very, very differently than everybody. So when I get down the stairs, I see him. He's sitting on the little brown bench. There's people talking to him. He's taking pictures of people. So I come down, I'm just waiting until these people move away. And then I walk over to him. He stands up and he's like,
hey, Miss Fresh.
I'm like, hey. So we side church hug, okay? He's like,
so I was thinking we scratch the bowling and we just go eat.
I'm like, all right. Where do you want to go?
We can go to BBQ's down on the city.
So I'm like, all right, bet, because that's my favorite place. I love to eat there. So y'all, we get to BBQ's now, okay? I'm just skipping over everything because I want you to see what type of motherfucking person Tommy was. So when we gets there to this restaurant, I orders my food and Tommy order his food. We sitting there, we chatting, we talking. Once we're done eating, the bill comes. Okay? So Tommy's looking at the bill and he's like,
would you mind if we go half this time and next time I got the whole thing?
So I'm like, it's not a problem with me. I could pay for my food. My mother always told me when you go out with a wigger or you go out with anybody, you make sure you have money in your pocket. Don't go nowhere motherfucking broke. So I'm like, I could pay for my own food. It's not a problem. He's like,
oh, okay.
So y'all, I goes in my purse and I'm taking out the cash, the amount. This is when I was actually carrying cash. So Tommy is like, he's going in his wallet and he's like,
I think I'm short $10. Do you think you can spot me $10? I give it back to you.
so you just ordered food and you didn't think, like, I don't know, y'all. Okay. So I'm just like, when can you give me the $10 back?
The next time I see you, I promise.
So I'm like, all right. So y'all, I takes out another 10 and I take his money and I hand it to the waiter when she comes back to the table. So the fact that I had to give $10 for his food had pissed me off really bad. So as time went on talking to Tommy, okay, Tommy didn't give off, you know, a sexual theme. He didn't give off, he just didn't give off, okay? He liked to talk, he liked to laugh. We spent a lot of time with each other. But Tommy took a turn. He took a very big ass turn, 360, and started to show his true colors. So one day he comes to my house, all right? And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna watch this movie. I had made some food. So we had ate and we're laid across the bed and we're watching the movie. So I want to say maybe 5 minutes into the movie, Tommy turns and looks my way because he was on the outer part of the bed. And he's like,
You know, I wanted to ask you a question, but I was kind of scared to ask.
so I'm like, what is it? He's like,
I don't know, I'm just embarrassed.
so I'm like, what is it?
You know, my phone, something's wrong with my phone. Like, I think my phone bill needs to be paid.
So I'm like, okay, so what does that have to do with me?
And I was just wondering if, you know, you could help me pay my phone bill.
Help you pay your phone bill? Now, y'all, Tommy did return the $10 that I gave him at the restaurant. He gave me a $20 bill. So when he gave me the $20 bill, I'm just looking at him, I'm like, all you got to do is give me a 10. He's like,
Now I wanted to give you the 20, you know, for helping me out and for being there.
I should have seen the other 10 as something. I should have seen it coming. So I'm just like, okay. How much is your phone bill?
Oh, it's only $45.
So I'm like, what else do you do for a living, Tommy? Like, besides this band, you know, this music group that you're in. He's like,
Well, right now, you know, we got a lot of deals on the table. Our manager got us looking at. We just trying to figure out what's the best one to sign. You know, so my funds is kind of not as big as it should be.
that's not the question. The question was, what do you do for a living besides this music He goes on to say that he does not have a job. Okay, like he's literally living off paid gigs, you know, photo shoots, brand deals and different things like that, okay? So I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, I can't pay your phone bill. I can help you. You know, I can give you like $20. He's like,
Oh, anything will help.
so y'all, I gave him $20. Right after I gave him the $20, y'all, he jumps up and now he's ready to leave. He's like,
I want to go because I want to put this on my phone.
so I'm like, so you don't want to finish watching the movie?
I really got to get this phone on because I don't know who's going to call me. I can miss my manager's call.
He had all these excuses. I'm like, all right, go ahead, do you. So y'all, he ends up leaving. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Me and Tommy were talking, okay? We weren't in a relationship. We were talking, okay? And one night, Tommy was at my house, and Tommy wanted to get intimate. So I had like a devil and angel moment, all right? The devil was here like,
Yeah, but go ahead and do it. Just do it. Okay? Ride him into the sunset.
and the angel was over here like,
Girl. This week he didn't even have $10 to go towards his food, and he didn't even have $45 to pay his phone bill. $45 is a motherfucking cheat for a motherfucking phone bill. Do not do it.
So I'm just like, I'm kind of, leaning towards the angel side because, you don't got no job. You really is a Tommy. And now you actually trying to ask for cooch. Like, I don't know, y'all. But guess what? Y'all know King is hard-headed. I still tried to go ahead and go down that road with him. And it didn't go right. Okay? He couldn't stand long enough. If y'all get what I'm saying. He couldn't stand long enough. Nothing happened. We weren't able to do anything. So he's like,
oh, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm nervous. It's not you, it's me. I'm nervous, never been with an attractive female before. It's just me, I'm nervous.
So I'm like, it's not a problem. Everything happens for a reason. So y'all, after that day, Tommy was acting weird, okay? And he was blaming it on embarrassment. So one day, I'm watching them on 106 in Park because he had told me they was going to be on 106 again. I went and I commented under one of the pictures, like, so proud of y'all, congratulations. Then I commented under one of Tommy's single photos and was like, this is dope, I'm so proud of you. I'm just writing an encouraging comment, y'all. It wasn't nothing sexual, it was nothing crazy. Moments after that, I get a message from this girl. So I go to the message and her name was kind of similar to mine. So I clicks on the message and I open up the message and the girl is like, hi, how do you know Tommy? Like, she just went straight to it. So I'm just like, who are you? She's like, how do you know Tommy? She wrote it again. So I'm like, I know the whole group actually, which I did because hanging out with Tommy had introduced me to all of them. Okay, and I had met Cole on my own terms, all right? So I'm just like, I know the whole group, the whole entire group. She's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, once again, who the fuck are you? She's like, I'm Tommy's girlfriend / fiance. So I'm like, oh, okay. Huh. Okay. So I instantly come out the messages. I go on her page, y'all. I'm just looking through the page, okay? She's got all these pictures with her and Tommy. She's at like little award shows. She's all over the place with Tommy. Pictures of her at Tommy's house. All kinds of stuff, y'all, okay? So I hit Tommy up and I'm like, hey, I saw you on 106. He's like, thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I've been ghost lately. I've been dealing with a lot with the group and this, that, and the third. What's your schedule like? Like, when are you free? So I'm just like, I'm free tomorrow, actually, if you want to stop by tomorrow. He's like, yeah, tomorrow will work. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I see him in person because I just feel like when you present stuff like this over the phone, they have a big-ass leadway to lie. But when you present it in their face, I like to see their face expressions. I like to see the sweat pouring down their motherfucking forehead, their pupils dilating. I like to see them like...
I don't know who that is.
I just like to see that. So I'm like, yeah, tomorrow. So the next day comes, y'all, which it was my off day. I'm free. Tommy comes to my house around 5, 6 o'clock. And as soon as he comes in, we go and we sit at my little dining table, okay? Because I told y'all I had this little ass studio apartment. And I instantly pulls my phone out and says, who is this girl? Who is this? He's like,
I don't know. She don't look familiar.
she doesn't look familiar to you?
No, I don't know who that is.
I said, well, she said that you guys are in a relationship, like, y'all are engaged, I'm not trying to press you about anything, but you say you don't have a girlfriend, and I don't like dealing with men that have girlfriends, wives, anything, baby mothers, anything. So he's like,
No, I promise you, that's not my girlfriend. I don't know who she is.
you don't owe me an explanation at all, okay? Because we're not in a relationship. I just do not want to deal with you hanging out, vibing, nothing, if this is your girlfriend. Like, I repeated myself again, y'all. He's like,
I don't know who she is. Like, I don't know why she would send that message. I don't know who she is.
I goes to her page and I'm clicking on the pics and I'm showing him the pictures. You're in her top 8, which means y'all are friends. Y'all remember MySpace, the top 8 friends. So I'm like, you're in her top 8. You're actually the first person on the friends list, and she's got gazillions of photos of y'all together. Photoshop was really heavy back in the day, but this is not Photoshop. So he's like,
Oh, people is delusional. Like, she's delusional. I don't know who the fuck she is. Like, that's Photoshop. That's Photoshop.
like, this is what he's saying, y'all. So I'm like, all right. It's the following year now, okay? I'm still communicating with Tommy. Me and Tommy was communicating for a while, maybe like 7 months, okay? And stupid Kane, I ended up getting back with Richard. I don't know what I was thinking. I got back with Richard and I ended up getting pregnant. So I'm telling Tommy, you know, I got back with my ex and I'm pregnant. So Tommy was like,
Oh, you know, I don't care about that. I still like you. I still want to be around you. I think you're cool.
this, that, and the third. So I'm starting to think, I'm like, okay, I guess Tommy can be a genuine friend. But no, y'all, that wasn't it. Tommy was just trying to latch onto me. He was trying to latch onto me to be a leech. Y'all know the story where I had my son early and my son, you know, passed on. Tommy was coming up to the hospital to visit. He was coming to visit and beg. So it was like every time Tommy came to the hospital, he was asking for money. Or he was asking, can I pay his phone bill? This is the following year, y'all. This is the following year. Now, I'm laying up in this hospital bed, and y'all know I'm nosy. I'm going to this girl's page. I'm like, let me just go up here, okay? Let me just be motherfucking nosy. Let me see what she's got going on since the time that we had that little, you know, conversation in the messages. And this girl has announced that she's pregnant. And guess who the f is in the picture with her, holding her stomach? Tommy. So I'm just like, yo. Right after I seen that, it's crazy. I'm looking at that. There's a message that comes right on the top, says Tommy's name. And he's like, I'm headed to the hospital. I'm headed your way. I'm like, all right, cool. So when Tommy gets up there, he had flowers and he had some fruit, like a little fruit cup. So I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, you actually brought something to the party for the first time. So he's like,
Yeah, just wanted to make sure you was good. So how long you gonna be here? How long you gonna stay here?
so I'm just like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but I'm here. So y'all, this man asks me once again, can I pay his phone bill? So I just went off on him in the hospital. I'm just like, you having a baby? He's like,
It's a long story, Miss Fresh.
I'm like, oh no, you don't have to explain it to me. Like, you don't have to explain it to me. But y'all, I went off on Tommy in that fucking hospital room. I went off on him because I am on my sick bed and I'm not doing well. I'm trying to hold on to my son so my son can live. And you are constantly coming up here and you're begging for money from me. Like, what do I look like to you? A fucking ATM machine or a money tree? You pull a 20 off and the 20 go back instantly? Like, what do I look like to you? I'm like, yo, like, I don't have it. Don't have it. Not giving it to you even if I did. And then you sitting here lying, talking about you don't know who this broad is. But now she's having a baby with you. Make it make sense, buddy.
I I mean, we're not in a relationship.
No, we're not in a relationship. But I said to you, I don't want to be around you if you have a girlfriend. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because we were vibing. We tried to do it one time. That didn't work. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So I'm just like, make up your motherfucking mind, buddy. What are you trying to do here? Once I got out the hospital, it was because y'all know the story. My son passing on. I kind of turned into a monster. I kind of turned into somebody else. So Tommy hits me up. He's sending his condolences and all this other bullshit. Do you need anything? And I kind of went off on him again. I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't have nothing to say to you because you're a fucking user. You are a user, bro. That's what you are. This whole friendship, that's all you was doing was asking me for money to pay your phone bill, help you buy groceries. When we go out to eat, you need help paying for your food. You're lying about your girlfriend. You didn't even have to do that because me and you was not on that level. It's just too much for me. I'm good. Okay? Is there something wrong with you and Cole? Is something wrong with y'all? Yo, he apologizes. He's like, oh, I really did like you. And this, that, and the third, y'all. I ignored it. So, that's 2 down. Okay? That's 2 gone. 2. Alright? So, we're going to move along to the Panamanian Prince. That's what he called himself. The Panamanian Prince. And we just going to call him Ralphie. He's just calling him Ralphie. So, y'all. I know y'all hate when I fast forward to the end. So I'm going to just end this like this, okay? That's the end of part 1. Part 2 is going to come up after this. Not today, but it will be coming up. If you like this story time, part 1 of a series, give this video a thumbs up and leave some comments below, okay? If you didn't like this story time, I really don't give a damn what you don't like. Alright, but since you over here, hit that motherfucking like button. Me and my husband want to send a very warm thank you to everybody that has congratulated us, everybody that's left warm, kind words, and for the gifts from my baby's registry. I started receiving gifts. I have gifts here and I have gifts boxes out in the living room. I really appreciate y'all, okay? Y'all stay tuned. I will be doing a virtual baby shower where I'm opening these gifts up and showing the gifts that came from every last KKG family member. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again for the love. I love all of y'all. Y'all don't understand how much I love y'all because I really, really do. So wherever you at in this crazy ass motherfucking world, look to the motherfucker to the left of you and look to the motherfucker to the right of you and look to the motherfucker in front of you and say, yo, don't forget. They all gonna say, don't forget what? Don't forget to tell a friend 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 to tell another motherfucking friend that Mrs. Kane is on a motherfucking tube. Peace. I love y'all. And y'all be safe.
She played them typing games. See me, I don't do that shit. Get up.